Expand your vocabulary with our Core 2000 Words ebook. It's free and packed with essential expressions that you'll use on a daily basis. Start building your vocabulary today. Click the link in the description below to download your free Swedish ebook before it's gone.
10 most known autumn words, autumn vocabulary. Tjocktröja, sweater. Ta av dig tjocktröjan. Ta av dig tjocktröjan. Take off your sweater. In a warm day, maybe a sweater is not necessary, so then remember to take it off, especially in the beginning of autumn. Actually, it literally means thick sweater, like thick sweater. That's the meaning of the words. It's a combined word in Swedish. So the last part, tröja, only means sweater, and then to make sure that people understand that it's like a thick, warm sweater, you say tjocktröja. Regnig. Rainy. Det är en regnig dag idag. Det är en regnig dag idag. It's a rainy day today. And right here, right now, it is a rainy day actually. So I'm shooting this from indoors. But we had a super dry summer this summer. So I think in Sweden, people appreciate the rain way more this year than before, because it's been a very, very dry summer, which is not good for crops and forests and stuff like that. Blåsig. Windy. Vad blåsigt det är. Vad blåsigt det är. It's so windy. In the autumn, the weather can be really annoying sometimes. A lot of wind, a lot of rain, and as you know, weather is always a good conversation starter. So here's another one, windy. Sval. Cool. Det är svalt på kvällen. Det är svalt på kvällen. It's cool in the evening. In autumn, I think it can be cool or kind of cold. Not just in the evening, but all day. So put on that extra sweater that we talked about, and be prepared, because in Sweden, if it's really sunny, it can be warm, but then the air will still be chilly and cold. So when the sun sets, which happens earlier in the autumn, it can get cool, chilly, or even cold. Höst, autumn. Hösten kommer snart. Hösten kommer snart. Autumn is coming soon. I don't know, I'm from like a place where we're very used to the seasons, like summer, autumn, winter, spring. So I kind of appreciate the change. Like autumn for me is the time of the year when a lot of new things happens, like maybe you go start studying a new program, or start a new work, or new courses, or new school. So it's like eventful and productive, and I kind of enjoy that after summer that can sometimes be a bit more lazy in a good way, but I enjoy the changes. That's part of, I guess, growing up with seasons. Kall. Cold. Det blir kallt fort på kvällarna. Det blir kallt fort på kvällarna. It gets cold quickly in the evenings. Yes, when the sun sets here in Sweden, if it's been a sunny day and suddenly the sun is down, or maybe behind some trees or something, wherever you are, it gets cold quite fast. So in this kind of climate, where we're so dependent on the sun, it's really important to bring something to wear if you're going to be out for a couple of hours, because it can change quite dramatically when the sun sets in the evenings. Kastanj. Chestnut. Plockar ni kastanjer? Plockar ni kastanjer? Do you pick chestnuts? I love chestnuts. I think they're like part of, like they're like a treasure. I know that they don't last if you bring them in, like they get like a bit, what do you call it? Like they're not as nice like when they're not fresh anymore. But I love how soft they are and how beautiful they are when you find them on the ground. So it's like a little treasure of nature, I believe. And it's especially beautiful how they are inside the prickly, sharp shell. And you find this nut and it's like really beautiful. Långärmad tröja. Long sleeved shirt. En långärmad tröja är lagom idag. En långärmad tröja är lagom idag. A long-sleeved shirt is enough for today. Temperature changes a lot. Maybe a long-sleeved shirt to put on, or maybe a thicker sweater for later. Wear layers. That's something we do in Sweden and that we say a lot. Like always bring layers so that you can put on a little bit more or take something off, because if the sun is out, it can be really warm, and in the night or when the sun is down, it can be really cold. So it's a lot of changes here. Fallande löv. Falling leaves. De fallande löven är så vackra. De fallande löven är så vackra. The falling leaves are so beautiful. I think this is one of the most well-known aspects of autumn, like the beautiful colors of the trees, especially the maple trees. Red, gold, like red, yellow, orange, super colorful. And if it's like a sunny day, it's like maybe the most beautiful days sometimes in the autumn. So and I remember as a kid, sometimes in like preschool, we used to pick them up, like the beautiful leaves, and made like a crown or like some kind of artwork so you could put on the wall, because they're just so beautiful. Löv. Leaf. De röda löven är vackrast. De röda löven är vackrast. The red leaves are the most beautiful. I think it's the mix of leaves, like the mix of colors, I mean, red, orange, yellow, that makes the whole beauty. If all leaves would be red, it wouldn't be as cool as with all the mixed fiery colors that the trees get in the autumn. Some very basic words, some foundations. So let's get started with the words. Hey, hello. Very basic, simple. You say hey. It works for everybody, whoever you meet. You say hey and they will probably respond with another hey back to you. God morgon. Good morning. Bit more formal, nice and polite for the mornings. Means the same as in English, means good morning. God eftermiddag. Good afternoon. Same, polite and nice, but of course used in the afternoon. And again, it's the same meaning as in English. It means good afternoon. God eftermiddag. Good afternoon. God natt. Good night. Most of the time it's used for when you're going to sleep. So yeah, when you wish someone a nice night, good night's sleep, this is what you say. Vad heter du? What's your name? Very easy, we're not that formal in Sweden, so and again it's the same meaning word by word. It means what's your name? You ask what someone is called. Jag heter Hanna. I'm Hannah. Meaning is just, my name is Hannah, and I do of course recommend you to not say Hannah, but use your own name instead. It might get a bit weird if you just copy my name. Unless your name is Hannah, of course. Trevligt att träffas. Nice to meet you. Same meaning as in English again. Always you can use this when you meet someone, like when you introduce yourself, but you can also use it when you say goodbye and you want to tell them that it was nice getting to know them, nice meeting them, first time or every time. So there's no wrong time for using this one when you want to tell someone that it was nice seeing them. Hur mår du? How are you? Nice and easy short phrase. Sometimes in Sweden we do respond like, oh, it's all good, even though it's not. And sometimes if you know someone closer, they probably give you a more thorough explanation, tell them a bit more about what's going on in their life. So this can either be just a polite phrase or when you sincerely mean to, find out more about what's going on in someone's life. Jag mår bra tack. Och du? I'm fine thanks. And you? Yeah, so maybe this is the polite version of the answer if everything is good, or if everything is good. So this is just the most common way to respond if someone asks you like, what's going on? It's all good. I don't want to go too deep into whatever is going on in your life. But it's nice and polite. And of course it ends with asking someone back how they are. Snälla. Please. In Swedish we use this word snälla. It's the meaning of snäll is nice, kind. And sometimes we use the word for thanks instead, like in the end of the sentence, like, can you pass me the salt, please? We say tack, thanks, instead of this word. But you can swap them. You can use either of the two and it's still going to be a nice way of asking someone to maybe help you or answer a question or something. Tack, thank you. Here we go with this word. Tack, thank you, or thanks. I would say that it's more like thanks. It's the short, nice, not very formal way of just saying thanks. I think maybe this is the most useful word in any language. Don't you think? Like every time if someone helps you with the door or something, you can thank them. And that's one of the first things for me, at least, that I want to learn how to say in the language. Thank people for helping me. Varsågod. You're welcome. Maybe you help someone sometimes and they say thank you for helping them, holding a door or something. I guess in almost every country it's like the norm that you maybe, if someone is carrying a lot of stuff or someone elderly walks by, you hold the door for them. And in Sweden, if they say thank you, you reply with this phrase for you're welcome. So, varsågod. You're welcome. Ja. Yes. It's just yes, when you want to say, you can add the yes please, ja tack. But it's just yes, easy. Nej. No. Also, nej, short and easy, is just the word to say no. You can add the politer version, say no thanks, then you just say nej tack. So this is actually fun. You can combine the words in this lesson a lot to create more polite sentences. Okay. Okay. So this one you kind of already knew if you know the English version. And I've heard that okay is one of the most common words in the world these days. It's used in a lot of languages, almost the same pronunciation, almost the same spelling as well. So okay. That one always works. Ursäkta mig. Excuse me. For when you want to maybe walk by someone is standing in your way, like maybe accidentally blocking a door or something, you just want to politely ask them if you can step by or if they could move to the side, then you use this one. Also, if you want to get attention, you use this like excuse me to get some attention. Maybe in a restaurant or something like that. Förlåt. Sorry. Maybe almost as useful as knowing how to say thanks. You can say this, I'm sorry. And this is maybe more on an emotional level than the phrase for excuse me. It's a bit similar to English there too, I think, that you use. This is more like serious, maybe deeper level. Maybe you hurt someone, or it doesn't have to be like that super emotional, but maybe you accidentally hurt someone. Then you say sorry. Vad är klockan? What time is it? So in Sweden we don't use the AM PM, but we use the 1, 2, 3, 4, then we say 13, 14, 15 hours for the afternoon time. And so that's also a good thing to remember when asking about time, that maybe someone will tell you, oh, it's 14, then they actually mean 2 p.m. So that's a good fact to have when you ask for the time, so that you understand what they tell you. Var är toaletten? Where is the restroom? Good one to know, you all. I guess you've sometimes been somewhere and you really needed a restroom. I think that's like part of being human. And then asking for it in the right language can actually be crucial not to have an accident. So actually, as you might have heard when I said it, it's quite similar to the word toilet. So toilet. So you can probably use toilet and get around, but it's always good to know how to ask for this. Vänta ett ögonblick. Wait a moment. Maybe in a restaurant or in a store, if you order something or buy something, they just need to, fix something before they can help you. Then this is what they will tell you, to just wait a moment. And hopefully it's just a moment and not longer. Hur mycket kostar det här? How much is this? So except for getting food, maybe the next thing you need to solve when you're traveling is to buy some things, do some shopping. And then, of course, in Sweden we don't haggle, so when you ask for the price, you'll get what you're expected to pay. There are a few exceptions to this, like a few markets where you can haggle and discuss the price, but most places it's just fixed. So when you ask for it, you'll get the answer you need. Kan jag få notan, tack? Could I get the check, please? This is for asking to pay. In a restaurant, you can just raise your hand and ask for the check and you'll be able to pay. Kan jag få notan, tack? Could I get the check, please? Hjälp. Help. I hope you don't have to use this one anytime at all, because it might mean that you're in a tricky situation. But if you do end up in one, it's of course useful to be able to scream for help. Quite similar to the English one, hjälp. So just hjälp, and hopefully someone will run over and help you with whatever it is that you're getting yourself into. Actually, Swedes can be a bit, maybe they won't approach you if you look like you don't need help. So if you pretend that you're okay. So it's actually good to ask for it if you need it. Vi ses senare. See you later. This is, it can either mean that you will see each other later, but you can also just use it to be nice, hope to see you later, but you just say see you later as if you will actually see them. But it's kind of a nice way of saying that you hope to see them later. So, vi ses senare. Or, as you would usually say, actually in Swedish you would say vi ses sen. Sen, instead of senare. So that's a shorter version. A bit more of slang, but you can maybe start with the correct one. Hej då. Goodbye. Short and easy, a version of the hey that we used to say hello. You add a little part in the end, and you can use this for anyone. It's also doesn't matter if they are older or younger or anything like that. Use the same word.
Want to speak real Swedish from your first lesson? Sign up for your free lifetime account at swedishpod101.com.
Want to finally start speaking in your target language? In this guide, you'll discover the top 7 ways to practice speaking on your own with our lessons. Let's begin. Number 1, shadowing. Shadowing is a proven learning technique where all you do is repeat what you hear in order to practice speaking. So, access any audio or video lesson on the site and press the play button to start. Then, as you listen or watch, just repeat the conversations. Or, even easier, read along out loud with the dialogue section. The script is right there in front of you. With our lessons, you can master entire conversations, just like that. Number 2, read out loud. I just mentioned it, but reading out loud is another powerful tactic and deserves its own mention. With every lesson, you get written transcripts and translations. So, as you play the lesson, read the dialogue out loud as you hear it. Why? By reading out loud, you're also practicing your speaking skills. You can do this with the lesson notes, the lesson transcript, or the dialogue tool. With the dialogue tool, you can listen to each line again and again, and repeat out loud until you master them all. Number 3, speed up your reading to speed up your speaking. Being able to speak without thinking is a sign of language mastery. If you're talking to a native and can respond quickly, they'll assume that you're fairly fluent. How can you do this? When you read out loud, try increasing your speed a little bit every time. So, start by reading with the dialogue tool. If you're like most learners, you'll read the first line slowly. That's because you're still getting used to the words, which is okay. Reread it. On your second try, you know most of the words, and you'll read a little faster. Reread it again. On your third try, you'll be even faster, at a native speaker's speed. And being able to read these phrases out loud and fast will help you speak fast. Number 4, record and compare yourself with native speakers. In order to sound like a native speaker, you must imitate native speakers. So here's how. Access the voice recorder, which is in the dialogue study tool in every lesson. Click on the microphone icon. Listen to the native speaker's audio, and then record yourself. You can then compare the 2 recordings side by side, and practice and try again and again until you perfect your pronunciation. Number 5, get feedback from our Premium Plus teacher. If you're learning by yourself and don't have access to real teachers, then you can always get feedback from our Premium Plus teachers. With the My Teacher tool, you can record yourself speaking and send the audio file to the teacher. They'll review it and tell you what to improve and how. That's it. Number 6, level up your speaking with Premium Plus assignments. With Premium Plus, you can also get assignments that cover reading, writing, listening, and even speaking from your teacher. These assignments can be tailored to your goals and needs. You get a new one every week, or anytime you're ready for a new one. Number 7, get even more lessons in the lesson library. If you want even more lessons on speaking and conversations, visit our lesson library and under Category, choose Conversation. You'll get all of the pathways and lessons that are focused on speaking.
In this video, you'll have a chance to test them out with a quiz. First, you'll see an image and hear a question. Next comes a short dialogue. Listen carefully and see if you can answer correctly. We'll show you the answer at the end. Are you ready?
En kvinna frågar ett butiksbiträde på en bokaffär något. Vilken bok vill kvinnan titta på? Ursäkta mig, jag skulle vilja titta på en bok i den där hyllan.
Vilken bok vill du ha?
Den om bilar.
Ett ögonblick. Den här?
Ja, den är det.
Varsågod.
Vilken bok vill kvinnan titta på? En kvinna frågar ett butiksbiträde på en bokaffär något. Vilken bok vill kvinnan titta på? Ursäkta mig, jag skulle vilja titta på en bok i den där hyllan.
Vilken bok vill du ha?
Den om bilar.
Ett ögonblick. Den här?
Ja, den är det.
Varsågod.
En man och en kvinna tittar i en meny på en restaurang. Vad ska mannen beställa?
Vad ska du beställa?
Pizzan ser god ut. Jag tror jag tar en sådan.
Jag åt pizza igår, så
Okej, vad sägs om en hamburgare då?
låter bra. Jag tar en sådan.
Vad ska mannen beställa? En man och en kvinna tittar i en meny på en restaurang. Vad ska mannen beställa?
Vad ska du beställa?
Pizzan ser god ut. Jag tror jag tar en sådan.
Jag åt pizza igår, så
Okej, vad sägs om en hamburgare då?
låter bra. Jag tar en sådan.
En man ringer en läkarmottagning. Vilken tid behöver han vara på läkarmottagningen? Hej, hur kan jag hjälpa till?
Vilken tid stänger ni idag?
Vi stänger 6:00, så var snäll och kom innan 5:30.
Okej, tack.
Vilken tid behöver han vara på läkarmottagningen? En man ringer en läkarmottagning. Vilken tid behöver han vara på läkarmottagningen? Hej, hur kan jag hjälpa till?
Vilken tid stänger ni idag?
Vi stänger 6:00, så var snäll och kom innan 5:30.
Okej, tack.
En pojke läser sin dagbok. Vad var det första som pojken gjorde idag?
Vädret var underbart idag. Jag åkte och simmade på eftermiddagen i poolen och jag gick på bio på kvällen. Jag pluggade också hela morgonen. Idag var en bra dag.
Vad var det första som pojken gjorde idag? En pojke läser sin dagbok. Vad var det första som pojken gjorde idag?
Vädret var underbart idag. Jag åkte och simmade på eftermiddagen i poolen och jag gick på bio på kvällen. Jag pluggade också hela morgonen. Idag var en bra dag.
En kvinna och en man tittar på ett fotografi. Vilket foto tittar de på? Det här är ett foto på det fotbollslag som din son spelar i, eller hur? Vem av dem är din son?
Han?
Åh, han är längst.
Jajamensan, han är till och med längre än jag.
Vilket foto tittar de på? En kvinna och en man tittar på ett fotografi. Vilket foto tittar de på? Det här är ett foto på det fotbollslag som din son spelar i, eller hur? Vem av dem är din son?
Han?
Åh, han är längst.
Jajamensan, han är till och med längre än jag.
Want to speed up your language learning? Take your very first lesson with us. You'll start speaking in minutes and master real conversations. Sign up for your free lifetime account. Just click the link in the description.